Hi, welcome to the People's Voice. I'm Jonah Jones. This is the first video for my new channel. Just want to have a chat about Douglas Carswell and Mark Reckless and their defection from the Conservative Party to UKIP. I've noticed a lot of people, especially their former colleagues at the Conservative Party, have been very harsh about their leaving the Conservatives at a time when the Conservatives are experiencing difficulties and joining UKIP. You know, they've been called things like traitors, turncoats, and people have even used a lot worse descriptions than that. And at first, when they defected, I even thought, how can you trust a man that's joined a party, spent X amount of time with them, and then left when that party's in difficulty, and joined another one that seems to, popularity-wise, be on the rise. But then I caught part of an interview that Douglas Carswell gave. And I can't remember it word for word, but it went along the lines of when he first joined politics, he had a set of core beliefs, values. And when he knew that he wanted to get into politics, he looked for a party, a political party that best represented those core beliefs, those values. And for him at the time, it was the Conservative Party. And so he joined it. He tried to point out that when he left the Conservative Party, it wasn't the same Conservative Party that he joined when he first got into politics. And I thought about that a little bit. I'm of an age where I can remember Margaret Thatcher's government under the Conservatives. I was a school kid when she first came into power, but I'm old enough to remember it. I'm old enough to remember the things she stood for, or rather the Conservative Party at that time stood for. The things they fought to improve, the things they stood against, the particular style of government they had. And obviously I'm of an age, I've seen Cameron's government, the things that they stand for, the things they stand against, the style of government they've got. And I can compare those two governments, one under Thatcher, one under Cameron, and see for myself that it's not the same as Conservative Party. It may still have the manner of Conservatives, but it is like two different political parties. And so I started to think to myself that maybe, just maybe, this interview that Douglas Carswell's giving has got something to it. If you have, as Carswell said, a set of core beliefs, a set of core values, and you join an organisation, in this case the Conservative Party, because you think it represents those better than any of the other parties, and then over time, with the change of leadership, with a change maybe in what's happening in the country requiring a different leadership style, it is possible for a political party to change. As I say, I can see the change between Margaret Thatcher's Conservatives and David Cameron's Conservatives. And so isn't it just possible that, instead of it being a case of being a traitor or a turncoat or just looking to join what is appearing to become a more popular party, isn't it just possible that for both Douglas Carswell and Mark Reckless, their decision was based on the fact that the Conservative Party they joined is no longer the Conservative Party it used to be. It's become something else. There are still a few diehards out there who might think that our political establishment does truly represent us. But I think for most people we realise now that the reality is that most politicians are no longer in touch with the ordinary everyday man. Somehow we're so caught up in Europe, we're so caught up in immigration and in so many different problems, we've forgot about the very basics of our people. I get the impression after listening to several interviews now given by both Carswell and Reckless, that that's partly what they believe. They're tired of being, or became tired of being, a party that no longer truly represented the people and felt it was time to leave. Now, we've never had a UKIP government, so we don't know what kind of government they're going to form. We don't know if they're going to stand true to the things they've promised us or not. We don't know if they're truly going to be a party of the people. We've had Conservative governments, we've had Labour governments, we've seen how they behave. we've seen a steady decline in our country over successive years of having Conservative and Labour governments. Myself, I'm what I like to describe as non-political, in as much as I don't vote for any party. I don't have any membership in any political party, nor do I have any affiliations. I have an interest in politics because, after all, like most people, I'm concerned about what happens in my country. But I just wanted to put that out there about Carswell and Reckless. And I'm interested to know what other people think. Like I say, my views on it, I'm not saying I 100% believe that's why they left the Conservatives and joined UKIP. But I think it's a possibility. I can see truth and logic in their argument as to why they defected. So I want to throw this out there. For my first video, I want this to be, my channel to be a channel where people can come, debate, discuss ideas, even if you disagree with my ideas. I'm not so set in my ways as to think that I'm right and everybody else is wrong. All I will ask for anybody commenting, and I'll make this statement about it: racist internet trolls and people who bash others for no other reason than they think it's fun, save your energy, because I'll delete your posts. But anybody who wants a conversation, like I say, debate about it, even if they disagree with me, please leave your comments. I'll try and get back to them. I like a little bit of intellectual conversation, even though some people might say I'm not very intellectual. So yeah, put your comments in the link below, in the comment section below, and we'll see how we go. And if you should, by some amazement, with this my first video, which probably isn't a very good one, you decide you want to subscribe to my channel, even better. Thank you. You'll make my day. Till then, this is Jonas Jones from The People's Voice, wishing you all a good time.